I'm Taylor Tate, philosophy professor and COO of BlackMuse. Now, we have entered an age with tools powerful enough to make our ancestors think we were living in science fiction. So, yes, we've inherited a world with problems old enough to have buried generations. We have entered an age with tools powerful enough to make our ancestors think we were living in science fiction. People like us now have access to tools capable of multiplying what our ancestors did, of the knowledge they created, of what they were able to organize and accomplish. AI is helping us learn skills, cross whole fields of knowledge, build businesses, create technologies, and organize communities, turning us into people, into leaders that can actually do something about the issues plaguing our community. That makes AI more than just a technological opportunity. It makes it an ethical and political one. Questions like who will control these tools? Who will understand them? Who will benefit them? And what will we choose to build with them are all ethical and political questions. And understand this, none of this power that we now have within our grasp, within our fingertips, is free. AI is material. It requires electricity, water, land, materials like minerals and data centers, supply chains, and even human labor. So we're building this technological future on an earth already under tremendous strain from climate change and ecological destruction. That means the same tools that might help us solve problems also consumes and contributes to the conditions we're trying to overcome. That's why I believe that if these tools cost the earth something, what we do with them ought to matter. And again, that makes this question, this concern about these emerging technologies like AI, not just a matter of technological opportunity, but of ethical and political concern. For this reason, I'm trying to get students to not run from AI, nor do I want them to waste it by letting it do their learning for them. I want you to be able to claim it, but be intentional about how you use it, to learn with it, question it, challenge it, and use it to understand something that once seemed impossible and develop ideas you didn't think you could develop, or build things that others may have denied you permission to be able to build. But don't surrender your development to it. Use AI to become more capable, not less. And with that in mind, we will be able to be intentional and ethical about our use of it and our consumption of it, because it allows us to come from this stance where we're like, hey, yes, the tools are here, the problems are here, we're here, but the resources are not infinite. And so we're going to be mindful and intentional about what we do with them and what we're going to do with what we've been given. We're going to be mindful to not just use it for everything, not use it to usher in our own development, to surrender our own development to it, but to build intentionally for our communities, for ourselves. Now, AI has already been very useful in a lot of different learning environments, but there has been a difference we're seeing between using AI to help people learn and using AI to avoid learning, which is one of the reasons why I'm even bringing up this point of not letting AI or not surrendering your own development to AI. It's much more than just a resource issue. It's a matter of ethics for us. Okay. And I want to talk about it because, like I said, there is a difference between using AI to help you learn and using AI to avoid learning. And when you use it to avoid learning, then it creates the conditions where the whole purpose of education, of being able to take something, take an idea and build it and make it your own, of being able to, you know, understand things you didn't understand before, to do things you didn't weren't able to do before, to be able to help your community, to heal, to break generational chains. That becomes illusory at the point where we're using AI to learn and to think for us. And so, yes, my goal for everybody, my hope for everybody is that they don't just use it to have it think for them, but they use it for intentional purposes and intentional goals. And so I'm going to suggest, hey, use AI. Use tools like these text to speech tools that allow you to download PDFs of readings and then upload it. And then once you upload it, you can hear it. Hear Snoop Dogg or Gwen Paltrow read it to you. Use those type of AI text to speech tools. And use it so that you don't have to always say, okay, I have to learn at this particular time and be at this particular place, or whenever nobody's. No, you can be listening to readings and you're as you're driving and as you're taking a shower or whatever. Use it so that education can become more accessible to you. Also use tools like Notebook LM, which when you upload readings into Notebook LM, it will actually generate summaries, study guides, FAQs, audio overviews, even quizzes and mind maps about regarding the material that you just uploaded. And so those type of tools, they're really, really helpful to you to be able to study. But just remember that a summary of Plato is not Plato. An outline of Fanon is not Fanon. Listening to an explanation of a difficult chapter is not the same as struggling through that chapter and gradually learning to understand it yourself. Use AI to help you get through difficult material, but don't make it unnecessary for you to encounter the material at all. So think of AI like a flotation device. If you're trying to swim from point A to point B and the water's getting tough and the water's getting rough, there is nothing wrong with you grabbing onto something that helps you stay above water. It might help you rest, orient yourself, understand where you're going, and keep moving. But you still have to get in the water. You still have to swim. Otherwise, you might arrive at the other side without ever learning to swim. And I don't want you to have to experience that. I don't want AI to become a substitute or a crutch for you because you don't have those capacities or you haven't developed those skills. So I ask, don't let AI become a substitute for requiring your teachers to teach you. Your taxpayer dollars, scholarships, grants, your money, or a combination of all these different things are paying for your education. If you don't understand it in an assignment, ask your professor. Go to their office hours. Talk to them outside of class. And AI can get you that answer in seconds. But part of what you're supposed to receive from an education is the attention, judgment, criticism, and knowledge of the people teaching you. So hold them responsible and hold yourself responsible for showing up to learn. Don't get to a place where you'll say, hey, I'll use AI now to get through this, and later I'll learn the stuff. Maybe you will, but life has a way of filling up the time we imagine that we're going to have. Your professors are here now, the class is happening now. And so don't get to that place where you might as well just ask AI these questions instead of going to class that you paid for. Use AI as an assistance, as support for you, right? But ensure the goal, which is to make sure that when the class is over, something has happened to you, that you understand something you didn't understand before, that you can do something you could not do before, and you can think about things more deeply than you could when you began, for yourself and for your community. I know that in the absence of doing this work, your community will feel the absence of the skills, capacity, knowledge that you could have brought to it should you have really just taken what's yours and take ownership of your education. So with that being said, on ethically using AI in the classrooms, I look forward to doing this work with you.